Hey, Trade Sniper Sara here. Welcome to this weekend's edition of Stratucation Sunday because this girl had too much fun yesterday. Do me a favor, if you like the content that I put out, please hit the like and subscribe button so you get notified whenever I put a new video out. This week, we are going to talk about pivot machine guns. What are they? How do we play them? And most importantly, how do we profit from them? So let's get started. I'm gonna minimize my face, of course. Okay, so what is a pivot machine gun? We are on my page. This is my pinned tweet. I talk about a lot and I say that there's a lot of info in here and I find people have a hard time getting to it. So I wanted to show you how to do it. If you click off to the left, so don't click on here or on here. If you just kind of click off to the left, this is what you'll see. You'll see a whole bunch of little tiny Sara faces, Sara and Alexis, and then you'll see all these things that I have posted that I think are very valuable, informative, that you can learn from. So this is what the inside of the pinned tweet looks like. I have this posted in here. It's called What's a Pivot Machine Gun? And you'll notice if you draw a line from the bottom of each candle, you have a high or low each candle. Also, what this signifies is price went parabolic. There was no stair stepping up, no supports built, no higher lows were built. So the faster that things tend to go up, the faster they fall. Per the strat, we want to put ourselves in winning positions right away. That's why we always talk a lot about having tight stops, because when we put ourselves in these positions, we want them to work and we want them to work immediately. When is the best time to play a pivot machine gun? Either at exhaustion risk, which is when you're at all-time highs or all-time lows. I talk about this in my broadening formation video about once you have taken out all the pivots and taken out everybody's stop, who are you still to be long against? So when we're trading, we're always trading against someone else. So we want to make the other guy do something, or girl, of course. So we want them to have to hit their stop, cover, whatever. So I'm going to talk about HD. So we know on this day, 510, we're still at all-time highs, okay? If you get your horizontal line tool and you start from this last pivot, look at what we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're not going to count that one because let's pretend it was still open. So look at what we have. We have a recipe here for the perfect short because people put their stops at obvious pivots. What's an obvious pivot? Here and here. This is an area of support. So traders are taught when you're following the trend, you put your stop under the most recent high or low. So most people's stops are right here, okay? So we already know that. Everybody knows that. We know that. The algos know that. It's obvious. Why wouldn't you put your stop there? It makes sense, right? So we have all these pivots. Now this was tricky because we gapped down on 511. Anybody who was long or got long on this day they have to stop out. They're already underwater. Anyone who bought this day is underwater. So the ideal entry would be if we opened here and we broke this pivot the very next day, but we didn't get that. The goal is to take out all of these pivots. And you'll see, it's pretty insane. It did it all in 2 days. Fubo did the same thing. So we had another inside week. So anyone who was long should have gotten out here. You flip short, target 1, target 2, target 3, target 4, so on and so on. And you'll notice we took out this candle and almost the low of this candle. Here we have an example from eBay that I called a while back, and it was another beautiful play. So we had this downside move, we had taken out this pivot, so we were sort of at short-term exhaustion risk. And then we had this beautiful inside day, and then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We had 7 daily lower highs. So I was so excited about this setup. And I also shared this on Twitter back in, wow, I'm throwing this one way back. This was back in October. But the goal is to make these people who were short have to cover. We want them to have to do something. So we want the losers, to lose because we want to win. So your entry was a break above 50.79. You'll see it right here on the right side of the chart there. And then these are all your targets. So we went from 50 to 54 in 2 days. A 6% move in 2 days. And that's all that we do. I mean, it's very simple. It's a great way to put yourself in a winning position and just let it do its thing. And these pivot machine guns, you want them to go fast, hard, and right away. Like, they need to be explosive moves because, like I said, we're making this person who was short on this day, we're making them cover here. So they're buying to close. Bulls are buying. Then this day, people are covering and bulls are still buying. People are covering, bulls are still buying. Shorts are covering over here, bulls are still buying. You get it. Shorts cover, bulls buy. So bam, we took all these pivots out in 2 days. Perfection. Okay, so we talked about pivot machine guns during exhaustion risk. The other, I think, best time to play them is during a very strong uptrend or a downtrend. It depends whichever way you're playing. Vail is an example of a really strong stock relative to the market right now. So right here, just to give an example, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 daily lower highs in a row. And this was a beautiful example because it played out perfectly, right? So the high of this day was 1835. So you go long here, target 1, 2, and 3. So you hit all of those in 1 day. Looks like it's setting up again. This was this week's pullback. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 daily lower highs. So if on Monday we opened up, you could go long here, your stops here, below that daily's low, and these are all your targets. This would probably take 2 days because of the size of the move. But still a very nice setup here. You have, like I said, full time frame continuity to the upside. So this is a very strong uptrend. You're green on all the larger time frames. And I think that's about all that I wanted to cover with you guys. Like I said, it works on any time frame, any ticker, and it's a way to put yourself in a winning position right away and just let it ride out put your stop at break even as soon as you comfortably can, and sell when you get to the top. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Again, please hit the like and subscribe button. Keeps me motivated to keep doing these videos, and then I'll be doing another Twitter poll this week. See what you guys want to learn about next. All right, bye. Thanks for watching.